Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Snyder, and this is Betty Contreras. And welcome to the Chronicles of Betty. We're here at the St. Vincent de Paul Charity Dental Clinic. And, Betty, I want to pick up a little bit on last time. We talked about whether you had a father figure or not. And you said for a brief period of time you did. It was your mom's boyfriend, and you really enjoyed having a dad and so forth. But then one day when your mom was going for a checkup, she was pregnant and she was going to have a checkup as how things were going, and he stayed with you in the waiting room, the two of you, and then you mentioned that he kind of started to hit on you, I guess, for lack of a better term. And you were how old at the time?
I think I was like around 8 or 7. Around that. I was little, yeah. I was little.
And I think you mentioned that he called you over and he just started kissing you. And
started kissing me like if he was kissing my mom. So it was weird, definitely weird, uncomfortable, of course. And then he did it twice, and then after the second time, he had mentioned whenever your mom comes out of the appointment, don't mention anything to her or to anyone.
Wow.
So I knew right at the moment that what he was doing, it was wrong.
It was, yeah.
And then after that, like, our relationship was never, ever, ever, ever the same.
And other than me, did you ever tell anyone?
No, I think just you and my best friend. Mm-hmm. No,
okay,
not at all.
And then I know you had told me that then after that, after the new baby was born, which turned out to be your youngest sister out of 11 total siblings, that he started treating all of you different, right? I mean, he would bring toys for her, but then
food, clothes, everything. It was like a huge change. When he was trying to be with my mom. Oh yeah, I love your kids. It could have been 100 kids, and he was in love with every kid, every single of us. But as soon as his daughter was born, he just it was a change. Yeah.
And I think you said he would bring her toys and things, but then he would even tell you kids, like, don't even touch them, or
that, and don't even touch my sister, because I guess we were
his daughter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I guess we were too dirty to be touching her, and we smelled bad. We didn't shower, of course, but I mean, yeah, that was the kind of things he used to say, to us.
Wow, that must have been really hard. Now, did he ever like physically, and I don't mean from a sexual standpoint, but did he ever paddle any of you or slap any of you or anything like that? Or
when I was there, he tried with me, because I remember this time when my mom was super drunk, and they were arguing because they were both drunk. And they were arguing, and then I remember him pushing my mom, and my mom fell back and hit her head, so she started bleeding. And I started going crazy. I was little, and I was just really mad, and I was screaming at him, and I remember grabbing a glass type of thing. I don't remember what it was, but I was just telling him, if you do something to my mom, or if you push her again, I'm gonna hit you with this on your head and this and that. So he started chasing me, and I remember me jumping from bed to bed so he would catch me. And then next time, one of his nephews came and saw everything that was happening. My mom had no idea what was going on. We were running literally on the beds because he was trying to get me. My mom was on the floor bleeding out, drunk, and then this other guy comes, and he had to take him away so he wouldn't do anything to me. Because I'm pretty sure he would have done something to me if he got me.
So it was shortly after that you decided to quit school, right?
Yeah, quite maybe not right away. I think it took quite a few years because he was on our lives. It was a mess. It was really, really, really bad for quite a few years until I was 11. And that's when my brother went to Mexico and say, hey, you know, you want to come to the U.S. But right before that, I stopped going to school. I wanted to start working. I started wearing makeup at 11. I started going out with my sister to kind of like go take care of her, but it was like nightclubs. Who goes to a nightclub at 11 years old?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, that was crazy, but that's what I was doing. And then, you know, my brother went for me, and I'm here.
So you had also mentioned, though, that you tried to get a job, I think, in an auto factory, or
Yeah.
Or how old were you, and how did that turn out?
I was 11.
So you had quit school then at that point?
So yeah, at that time I had said, you know what, I'm not going to school anymore. I'm gonna start working. I need money to support my siblings. We need food. I was tired of seeing my mom sometimes here and there and drunk most of the time. And I was like, you know what, I think it's time for me to work. I don't think school is going to do any good to me. And yeah, I went for a job interview with my sister's birth certificate.
Oh.
My sister at that time, she was 16. And that was the right time, you know, the right age to start working. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to use your papers, even though that in Mexico you're not illegal. So yeah, I almost got the job, but one of my friends, you know, told them that I was using my sister's birth certificate. So
oh, wow,
they discovered me. Yeah.
So what was why did she do that, or what was did she not want you to get the job?
Well, it turned out that she was doing the same thing I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But when it was time, one of the last steps to do was to put our signature on our ID. And in my head, I was always like, you remember that you're not Betty. You're this other person.
Oh, yeah.
So what my sister's name, right? So I always, in my head, I always had it. And I'm like, make sure your signature is going to be this name. So what my friend did, she put her name instead of her sister's.
Ah.
So then they caught her, and then they took her to the office, and then they ended up, you know, discovering that she was 11 years old, just like me.
Mm.
And then I'm thinking that she was thinking, oh, you know what, if I don't get the job, she's not going to get it too, because she's the same age as me, and it's not fair, whatever. And you know, she snitched on me.
Yeah. So then your brother came over, and did he ask only you or other siblings who wants to come, or
no? It was me.
And was there a reason for that? Did he feel?
I think I was hanging out with the wrong crew.
Okay.
Yeah, gangs over there, and he saw me. I was only 11. I was already wearing makeup, and I have, you know, left school, and he just saw that I was gonna turn out bad if he didn't do anything.
Well, thank God that, you know, he intervened.
Yes.
And so what were your expectations like before you came to? Well, let me ask you this: had you ever traveled before anywhere?
No.
Okay.
No.
So this was a new experience.
Oh
for you.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And what were your expectations? What did you think? Did you have an image in your mind of what life was like in the U.S.?
Yeah, I think everything was like perfect. We're gonna have a lot of money, a lot of food, a lot of candy.
I could see, yeah.
I don't know, like all the houses, everything, like every single house was beautiful. Everything was perfect. Like, I never thought that you could see like homeless on the streets and things like that. No, nothing like that. Yeah. Everything was like perfect.
Now, he didn't just put you in the car and drive home, right? You kind of came across, I think, with coyotes and
yep.
Yeah. So and there were coyotes that
yes.
got you across and everything. Yeah. So at the time, was your brother illegal? Like he had to like kind of sneak back in?
Yes.
Okay. So he was doing that.
We both had to walk.
Yeah. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to pick it up again next time.
Okay.
We'll talk about what it was like, that journey coming across the border with the coyotes, what you thought when you got here, how different was it, Was it met your expectations, or things you were disappointed in, and just kind of how difficult was it to meld into life in a different country? You know, so we'll talk more about that. So anyway, thank you so much for viewing in. If you would like to help us with our mission here at the St. Vincent de Paul Dental Clinic, you can see how you can do that below. You can visit the St. Vincent de Paul donor website. Besides the dental clinic, there's so many wonderful things happen here at St. Vincent de Paul. So there's a whole menu of things you can contribute to. But if you do choose dental, please mention. And also mention that you saw us on the Chronicles of Betty. So until next time, be true to your teeth, and they won't be false to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.